I don't know about you, but in this world that we're now living in, it's very difficult, isn't it, to actually do what you want. Have you noticed this, right, chums? You go to the bank, and even if you want to draw, say, £50 out, maybe you want to pay your council tax or whatever you're doing, they ask that question now, don't they? Well, what do you want the money for? And you feel like saying, well, it's my money. I've paid it in. I don't need to explain to you, a non-entity, what I want the money for. But of course, now they're all trying to look at exactly what you do, how you earn your money, what you're doing with your accounts, your savings. And I love this thing, don't you? Where they say to you as well, oh, have you thought about opening an account? A savings account. They can barely get the teller. I mean, this one person, you're waiting there 20 minutes. But this sort of thing really absolutely shocked me with the Halifax Building Society. And I wanted to share it with you to see exactly what you thought and if this had happened to you. As ever, let me explain. Morning, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me today. As you can see, a wonderful cricket match just going on behind me here in the very heart of God's own county, of course, Yorkshire. Always nice to share it with you. Did you play cricket at school? Did you like it, chums? Did you? Yes, well, there you go. I'm glad you did, you see. Yes, well, you probably look quite good in the whites, but there's no need to show off, is there? It was more terrifying nowadays, though, wasn't it? Because now you have all the guards and everything. But in my time, you just had to take your chance. And if the ball came careering towards you, that was it, wasn't it? It's a little bit like taking your chance now at your local bank. A colleague of mine asked me to share this story, and I thought I would with you because I think it's important. You see, recently they went into the Halifax Building Society to see about actually getting an extra credit card. They have substantial savings with that bank, right? And as they explained to me, all they really wanted was to have a card where if they had to make some online purchases or maybe they'd run out of cash, they wouldn't be using the card with all of the money in. Quite a simple thing, you might think. So they arrived to the bank and then basically asked that simple question. No, that couldn't be done in the bank. Why not? Well, no, they don't do that in the bank. Well, why? Well, you don't. You can do it online. Well, we're here now. No, we don't do it. And this went on back and forth for ages until they requested to see the manager. But the manager was nowhere to be seen. One might suggest busy doing something else, closing down another bank. Now, this is the Halifax Building Society, who are closing endless branches up and down the United Kingdom. So perhaps they don't care. But here was the real sting in the tail, and this is a bit that I wanted to share with you. They then basically got so frustrated and upset by this whole situation. They said, well, look, tell you what, I'll close my account down. Guess what? They could help do that in the branch. Literally there and then, they were more than willing to let a customer with a substantial amount of money close their account down. I mean, weird to think if that's their business motive or the way that they operate, right? So they consequently wrote to the CEO of the Halifax Bank in the United Kingdom, yet to hear anything back. And the reason why I share this sort of story is because has this happened to you? And when you think about it, normally, remember in our time, they were encouraging you to actually open up, join and save with the bank. The three girls behind the counter, and I use that term loosely, very dubious in their attire, shall we say, well, they didn't care. They were not bothered that this particular individual wanted to close it down. In fact, they probably very soon will be out of a job, perhaps the reason. But is this, as I say, the operational mandate for the Halifax Building Society? Have you had a similar situation like that? And if you're in the bank, why cannot anybody assist you if you're particularly not au fait with online banking? Why do you have to do it yourself and then pay for those charges and the privilege of setting it all up? You get what I'm saying? I'd love to know what you think to this particular story, as ever, in the comments below. Neil Sean in the very heart of Yorkshire.